What was his life? Kind of just like social? Was he very social, interacting? Just describe it.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about Miles is that he has more than one diagnosis.
Okay.
So even though we knew that he had Down syndrome, he wasn't diagnosed with autism probably until about 4 years old. We knew that he had Down syndrome, but something just wasn't right even still, because kids with Down syndrome are usually pretty happy-go-lucky kids, hugs and smiles all the time. And just something wasn't right. He appeared to have a lot of sensory issues. So, like, we couldn't take him to the movie theaters, or we couldn't take him to Walmart because, carts, crashing and stuff would just kind of send him over the edge.
Right.
A simple tag in the back of his shirt would just totally, throw him off. He would want to, like take his clothes off. And
Is there a certain time or right when it moves home?
He has to be by himself, playing with his Legos in his room, or playing a video game by himself. But
don't mess with them. Unfortunately, Bryson doesn't understand that.
As far as doing well in
probably out of the question.
Okay.
Because he can't think outside himself. When you drive, you have to think about, okay, what's that person going to do? What's that? You have to be aware of everything, and he doesn't exhibit that right now. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but at this point in time, nah, he'll never drive. I wouldn't put him behind the wheel. Job-wise, he can't handle people, and with so many different people coming in, he just breaks down. She's asking what we see in the future.
As far as school or
he will make it through
high school, and that's probably it. At this point,
we're hoping he makes it through high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
about the only thing he could do is work in shelter shops.
Yeah.
If it was with the same people every day, doing the same tasks. Can you play what? You can play whatever you want, buddy.
Alright. Of course, he's a massive Star Wars person. Everything has to be Star Wars.
Okay.
And he knows where everything is on that table. You move something, he will know.
And he'll come ask you why you moved it.
I have no idea. Organized chaos.
Wow.
Yes, it's organized chaos. Now, Bryson shares a room with him. But it's messy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the fact that you said he knows where everything, that's amazing. Wow.
his communication was also much slower than the typical child, even with Down syndrome. So we started him in therapies when he was about a month old. We started with physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. And still really no speech even started to emerge until he was probably about 6 years old. But he did some signs. He used like picture systems, to kind of tell us what he wanted. But still, it's a constant, everyday struggle with us.
Research about the autism is about, the environment, like you were saying before. They don't like a lot of the noise. Does he have like a schedule he likes to stick to?
He does. He does. And let's say, for example, you tell him after school, okay, we're going to go to Walmart and then we're going to go get something to eat. No, we're going to go get something to eat and then we're going to go to Walmart. Well, he hears it that we're going to get something to eat and then we're going to go to Walmart. But if you happen to swing by Walmart first, you can't get him out of the car, because in his mind he's thinking that that he needs to. You've already told him that he was going to do this. So you're like, why won't he get out of the car? Why is he doing this? But he knows, but he just can't express it. You told me it's going to be like this, but you changed up the situation.
This is my 5th year teaching. I started out in a high school setting in life skills. So we work on academics, but we also worked on functional life skills. And I had the majority of my students there had autism. I had some that also had Down syndrome, and others with other disabilities. And I actually spent 2 years in a private school in Maryland where I taught more of the transition age, so 18 to 22. And again, I had many students with autism. Students with autism love schedules. They work very well, many in like a checklist form, so they can see visually what's expected of them. We do a lot here at school, their schedule, of course, where they can check off where there's, we like to include pictures with the words. That way, many students can access this. Some are readers, some, reading is a challenge. So we have that definitely. Schedules are huge. Checklists. Just many of them are very bound to that. Just really work best when they know what to expect. And there's also the social skill piece that's a big component. It's difficult with many students with autism to make eye contact, to have appropriate conversations with peers and with teachers, following directions. A lot of times, students with autism that I've worked with really, and across the board, research and I think has shown multisensory, so auditory is sometimes difficult. Verbal directions for many of my students along the way have been very difficult just because of the receptive language. So as many ways to provide information to them visually is great. One of the biggest characteristics I've noticed is as visual as you can get, the better.
The environment in school, how do they kind of react to that? Because I know it can get crazy in the halls, and
it can, and that's something we work on. We work on a lot. There's obviously a high level of distractibility too, so it's difficult, especially if another student's having a hard time. That can sometimes, affect others. So we work really well. We work on that, and they do pretty well. And I have to, being self-contained, a lot of times they're with their peers that also have disabilities, and so as many opportunities as we can give them to get out with their non-disabled peers is great too, so they have that exposure and they're able to work on those interactions. And also,
I know you touched on them being audible or hands-on. Is there kind of a method that everybody pertains to as far as learning, or is it kind of everybody has their own learning style?
Everyone definitely has their own learning style. I mean, we present things in a variety of ways to all the students, but some ways, are better for some than others. I've had some students along the way, and now too, that, like I said, auditory is very difficult. So presenting something, saying it to them, you may or may not get a response. You may or may not get the type of response you wanted. Then some students are perfectly fine with following a verbal direction. So it definitely, it's all dependent on the student, very individualized.
Is for mouse. M is for, what's this? Man. M is for what else? Monkey. Say monkey. Put the monkey in the barrel. Say not ball. Look. Not ball. Say not ball. And not leaf. Say not leaf.